Hello everyone, welcome to this book club. My name is Karen. I am currently a fourth year student at Ryerson University, completing my bachelor's in social work. And I'm also currently a placement student at For a Safer Space. So this book club is going to be a continuation of the book, The Burning by Laura Bates. And this book was published in 2019, and the themes throughout this book are sexism and feminism. So a little bit about the author. Laura is an English feminist writer. She's also from the United Kingdom, and many of her books, the theme focuses on feminism. And these are some of the other books that she has published. One being Everyday Feminism, that was published in 2014. And then another book published this year in 2020 called Men Who Hate Women. So this is a little summary of the book. So this nonfiction book is about a girl named Anna. Both her and her mother moved to leave their past behind them and have a fresh start. But unfortunately, rumors begin once again. And in order to distract herself from what is going on, Anna starts to write about a local woman named Maggie, who is suspected of witchcraft in the 1600s. And the story about Maggie has disturbing similarities to Anna's own story. And also, the story about Maggie is about a woman who was ashamed of herself and silenced by others. So continuing off with chapter 13, and this chapter starts with Anna finding the necklace that she had found earlier in her attic, and she decides to put it on. And then after she goes to sleep, and during her time sleeping, she has a dream about Maggie. And the dream for Anna was so realistic, like the story that Glenn had shared with her earlier about Maggie and what he had found out about her. So she wakes up, and then eventually she goes back to sleep. And so the next chapter, chapter 14, the chapter starts with Anna's history teacher approving her project about the town's history. And so after this, Anna goes to her gym class where the girls are gossiping in the change room about a rumor that is going around. And as Anna is watching her classmates climb the rope, she begins to think about her old friends in her old school and where she used to live. And she begins to think about when they had gym class together. But then she soon realizes that she shouldn't be missing them. And then Anna asks her friends Kat and Alicia about the drama that is going around in the girls' locker room. So then later on, they're still in gym class, and they go back to the change room to switch into their swimsuits for the remainder of the class. And when Anna is getting out of the pool, she feels someone grab her from behind, and it kind of leaves her in a state of shock, and she is feeling pretty uncomfortable by this. So the next chapter, chapter 15, this chapter starts with Anna being in detention from earlier on in the book for her swearing at some boys in her classroom. And the detention takes place in the cafeteria. So Anna begins to do her math homework, where Robin then passes a note to her. And while her and Robin are exchanging papers and writing notes and having a conversation, she finds herself enjoying the conversation that they're having, but then she quickly snaps out of it, and then detention is over. And then after this, it is the next day, and she is now at the university library at her town to work on her history project. So the next chapter, chapter 16, Anna has a sleepover with Kat and Alicia. They agreed to do this because the next day they have their field trip for history class where they have to be up early. So they all agreed to have a sleepover at Anna's house. So after they are just roasting marshmallows and having a conversation, and during this conversation, Kat shares and opens up with Alicia and Anna that she has gotten pregnant and had an abortion. Both Anna and Alicia did not know, so so when Kat opened up, they were shocked, but they proceeded to comfort her, and yeah. So the other chapter is chapter 17. So this chapter is just about the next morning after the sleepover. It is 6:30 in the morning, and the girls are boarding the bus to go on their history field trip. And then the class arrives to the location where they then board a boat. And Alicia is scared of the boat ride and is feeling uncomfortable. So both Kat and Anna comfort her, and that is where the chapter ends. So these are some of the social media platforms for Laura Bates. There is her Instagram, and there's also the project that she has been working on called Everyday Sexism Project. And that concludes this book club. Thank you all for listening, and I hope you enjoyed.